welcome back to the Dice Tower's coverage of the 2016 GAMA Trade Show, looking at what games are coming up this year. Right now, we're here with Brandon from Blue Orange Games, who has a nice big stack that we're going to go through of things that we're looking forward to. So let's start.
Big juicy stack over here. So the first game is The Boss, and The Boss actually came out a few years ago in Europe. It's a Black Rock game over there, and we've been working with them. They're friends of ours. This is the third one we've brought over. They're in the series of small box games here. This one is all about mob bosses. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to run the most profitable jobs without getting your goons killed or arrested or injured. What I like about it...
Let me help you with that.
Oh, please. What I like about it is it's got a really interesting bluffing deduction mechanic where you have a series of cards that are known. So each location has a different set of cards. One of those is placed face down. The others are distributed to the players in their hands. So if you were able to look at everybody's card, you could figure out what that face down card was, but you don't know it at the start of the game. How it plays out is each turn you're going to reveal a card, and through that revealing of cards, you're going to slowly figure out which jobs are actually profitable and which jobs are going to end up killing off your guys.
So each player starts with a little bit of the information, and over time, they contribute until everyone knows.
Exactly. And all the players know which colors you have in your hand, which match the different cities. So there's a little bit of bluffing involved where you can, if you have a bunch of one color, you could then signal to the other players that you have some information about this color and try to throw them off by either betting for that job or not betting for that job, you know?
So the players are actually like bidding tokens for each one to try and get the most lucrative cities?
Exactly. So it's played over a series of rounds, and each turn you're going to reveal a card, that's mandatory, and then you have an option of placing your gangsters or cubes onto the different locations. At the end of the round, whoever has the most cubes there scores that face down card. Mostly they're good, sometimes they're very bad.
Very, very bad.
Very, very bad.
You can like have people killed and sent to the hospital and stuff. And
yeah, which is you lose a cube, is what it means. But yeah.
Excellent.
That's number one, The Boss.
What's the production timeline on this one?
So this one is coming out at Origins.
Oh, okay.
We got two games that are syncing up with conventions this year. This one's coming out at Origins, and then my last one comes out at Gen Con.
Excellent.
So everything else is basically in stores now. Jigumon is a really cute memory matching game from France. I think Tom actually just recently did a review for it. We're bringing it over, and it's just your classic memory matching game where when you match, we got a grid of 9 face-down tokens, and when you match 2, you score them. Classic memory game. However, what added to this game is each type of thing, each element as they're called, also has a special power that will, when you match them, trigger some benefit for you, like play again, or look at face down cards, or burn cards that your opponents have already matched. The goal is to get 3 of a matching element in front of you. When you do that, you summon the Jigumon, these really cool standout cardboard monsters here. And when you have 3 Jigumons in front of you, you win the game.
Oh, excellent. So, simple matching, but then when the match is achieved, you get a special reward or event that happens.
Yeah, so it's basically, the way I think of it, it's like next level Pengaloo. Pengaloo is one of our most popular games, just to roll the dice, match something. Once your kids moved a little bit older, like 6 or 7, this is what they go to next. Just a little step more.
Excellent. So that's kind of how it fits in together.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And that was Jigumon?
Jigumon, and this is basically in stores now, shipping now.
All right. What's next?
Next is Kaboom, and actually I'm going to bring out 2 at a time now because these are both Roberto Fraga games.
Aha.
Roberto Fraga, who won Spinderella, the Kinderspiel des Jahres last year for Spinderella, and who published designed our shrimp cocktail game, if anybody remembers that from a few years ago. So Kaboom is really cute. It is, you're just building up towers. You have a bunch of different simple geometric shapes over here, and on the cards you can see how to build up the towers. Now, one player takes a turn as a master builder, and what they're doing is they're trying to build as many towers as they can, scoring the points printed on the cards there. So the cards show you what to build, and they show you how many points. Okay. Now you're limited by the number of pieces you have, and you're limited by a 30-second timer. You only get 30 seconds to build as much as you can. Meanwhile, and this is the big twist of the game, while you're building, everybody else has these catapults in front of them, and they're launching their wooden dice to try to knock down your towers.
So the towers are like nice, big, chunky wooden pieces?
Yeah. Yeah, just basically building blocks that you build up into towers, and then the other people are just whacking and trying to knock them down. Plays real quick. Each player's turn is only 30 seconds, and you can play just one round or two or three. Whoever has the most towers standing at the end of the round who haven't been knocked down, the player takes the score card below, the tower card below them, scores it as points, and the player with the most points at the end wins.
So it sounds too, what's nice is that not just the active player, but everybody's interacting all the time.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Dr. Eureka. This one is brand new. Our Europe division released at Essen last year, and it just hit stores last week in the US.
Oh, cool.
This one is the one I'm most excited about this year. It is a super cute speed dexterity game that's actually based on, or not inspired, but sort of a play on the classic logic problem of the Towers of Hanoi, where you got to move things from one side to the other without limited in how you do so. So what you're trying to do with this is you have these series of test tubes, and each test tube has 2 balls of a color to begin.
Okay.
Then what we do is we flip up a challenge card. Each player has a set of these in front of them. We flip up a challenge card, and we all simultaneously race to try to make our tubes match the tubes in the card. And the way we do that is by pouring back and forth, until they match the picture shown. This is not actually matching, but when you do that, first player to do so puts them down on the table in the order shown and calls out Eureka.
Wow. So it has kind of this spatial movement element to it with getting the balls in the right place.
Yeah, it hits on a lot of different things. It hits on speed, it hits on visual perception, it hits on logic deduction, sort of how you're actually going to solve this. But it's also really quick, and people get it right away. I also really love the sound it makes. It's just like a pleasing.
Oh, yeah, it adds a whole nother layer to the presentation. How many players does this play?
Well, it's 2 to 4 in the box, but this is one of those games where if you get 2, you double it. There's no reason you can't add more.
Exactly, yeah. And how many puzzles are in there?
I think it's 54.
Excellent.
55, 54.
So yeah, a nice big stack to work with.
Yes. And if for some reason you get tired of the original way of playing, there's actually 2 more ways of playing. The advanced mode, where you've got to keep everything in your hands. You can't put the tubes down on the table. So there you're going to be spilling a lot more. Oh, I think I forgot to mention that. If you ever have a ball fall out of a tube, you're out of the round.
Oh, okay.
So that's another big thing. You gotta quickly do it and dexterously do it. Use much dexterity.
There you go.
So.
I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah. And then the final way is the puzzle mode, where instead of racing to pour, you're racing to figure out the fewest moves possible. So it's a call out how many moves you can do it in. So you flip up a card, how many moves. That's very challenging.
Oh yeah, I would think so.
And it gets rid of a little bit of the speed fun of the original way of playing, but it is another challenge.
A completely different variation on it. Completely different feel to
Yeah,
play.
exactly.
Excellent. Okay, so that's Dr. Eureka.
Dr. Eureka. All right. The next 2 I'm going to bring out are another set from the same inventor. These are from our creative founder, Terry Desnoyers, who created Pengaloo, I mentioned before, and Goblet, and many of the other games that we're very known for. So these 2 play very differently. The first one is actually most similar to Dr. Eureka. It's a speed game where we're all simultaneously racing to solve a challenge card. Okay. In this, what the challenge is how to stack your objects. So each player has a set of these. Okay. Let me see if it's... Yeah, so each player has a set of a hat, a cup, a cylinder, a coin, and a rabbit. Okay. And they all stack into the hat itself.
Okay.
Then, when you flip up a card, what you're going to do is you're going to race to stack the objects based on how they are depicted. So anything that's presented in its actual color, so the orange cylinder, the green coin, black hat, must be visible in the stack. So you got to stack them up so that you can see all 3 of them.
Okay.
Anything in gray must be hidden somewhere inside of the stack. So then I would be hiding this rabbit in this orange cylinder. Again, this one has an advanced rule. If you want to play with the yellow stars indicate that the object must be empty. So if I was playing with the yellow stars, I would not be able to put the rabbit in the hat because the stars.
Wouldn't be empty anymore.
Exactly. that's all there is to this one. It's another quick, simple, stacky game.
Excellent. I love the pieces in this one.
We focus on pieces. Components are a priority for us. So I'm happy you think so. All right, next in line is actually co-designed with Charles Chevalier, who we've worked with a few times in the past and who designed my last game I got up here. Bricks is another thing that we're very well known for. It's just a twist on the classic game of Connect 4 tic-tac-toe. You just want to get 4 in a row. The twist that we added here is whenever you add a piece to the wall, just like Connect 4, you got a grid that you're adding to in front of you.
Okay.
Whenever you add a piece, you're also going to be adding one for your opponent. So you can play blue versus orange, you can play X's versus O's, but no matter what you play, whenever you add a piece, you will also be helping your opponent. And whoever gets 4 in a row first wins.
I love the games where you have to think about something that simultaneously benefits yourself and your opponent.
Yes, yeah, it's got a similar vibe to another one of our games, Nia, that came out 2 years ago, where every time you move for your opponent too. All right, that's Bricks.
Okay.
So last up is our Gen Con release, and this is still a prototype.
Okay.
Mock-up box here. And this one is Vikings on Board. This one is the next one in our big box family strategy game
like
series.
1901
1901. This is basically the follow-up to 1901.
Excellent.
We're going to be trying to do, not trying, we're going to be doing one big box game each year, just like this. This is our second one. Really excited about it. This one is a worker placement game with a Viking theme, where what you're going to be doing is you're going to be having these ships out in sea. Let's see, I got a picture on the back here. Yeah, so you got all these ships lined up, and what you're trying to do is place your workers to take specific actions, classic worker placement game.
Okay.
And what you're trying to do there is rearrange your ships to benefit you. So what I mean by that is each ship has a color on it.
Okay.
Each player has a color, and when the ships set sail, the player who has the most of their color on the ship will have first pick of that ship's treasure.
Oh, okay.
And that's the basic idea. Most of the half of the actions are reorganizing your ship, either moving compartments from one ship to the other, or moving them front in the line. That's a tiebreaker thing. Another action is the set sail action, where you actually set your ship off, and that's where you score points. Another action is you can add treasure to the ship to make the ships more valuable. Obviously, you're only going to do that if you think you're going to win that ship, because if you make a ship more valuable that you don't end up winning, you just help your opponent. And then the last little bit in this game is a betting. So you can, not only can you shift the ships around.
Say that very carefully.
I think I did. You can also add treasure to them. You can also bet on which color you think will win that ship. So the two ways of scoring points are from the treasures, having the majority on the ship, taking its treasure. Also, you can score points by betting on which color will win that ship. And if you're right, you will score those points.
Oh, so there's an extra layer. It's not just getting your things in the right position and knowing when to strike. It's also that you have this other layer of the betting to kind of try and get points that way, just in case you can't get points from the first way.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, it's a family game in mind, so kids can play, adults should also enjoy it. And there's a whole bunch of these ships. I think there's like 60 of them. I should know this. 6 times 4 plus 15, no, there's 40 of them.
Okay, 40 of them. Wow, that's still quite a few.
So it takes up, just like New York 1901, it takes up a very healthy portion of the table.
Excellent. And you said this was a Gen Con release?
This one's a Gen Con release. The other cool thing that we're doing at Gen Con is we are working with an organization called the Brooklyn Game Lab. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. They're really cool. They're in Brooklyn. It's basically a summer camp program, well, a year-long summer camp program for kids is how I think of it,
okay.
Focusing on game design. So they take games, they critically examine them, and then they'll sometimes take a released game, like New York 1901, and they will create an expansion for it. And we are going to be, not bringing it to market, but we're going to basically publish it for them and give it away at shows to, support them and to support the game, and it's going to be really cool.
That is a really rewarding experience for the people that are involved, all the kids that are
really
involved.
Excited about
That
it.
is really cool.
Yeah, so we're working on the art right now. Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Is that also Gen Con?
That's Gen Con. That's
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to keep an eye out for that, definitely.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brandon, for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yep. And be sure to stay tuned for the Dice Tower for more coverage from GAMA 2016.